let's talk about conferences. Hello, welcome to Game Rating Review. My name is Jean-Marc, and I guess this has been said and talked about, but I need to talk about it. I've given it some time, I've thought about it, and PlayStation's not going to be at E3. That's obviously what I'm talking about. But let's back up. First thing PlayStation did this year, they decided they weren't going to be at PlayStation Experience, which I was like, okay, they had an interesting E3 where they talked about 4 of their mainstay games, and then they were like, yes, these are the games that we're going to be promoting, showing off. And I thought at PlayStation Experience, if they were to have it, would just be to generate more hype for these games, especially Days Gone, which I don't know how much people are looking forward to this game or want this game or care. It's like another zombie game, and it's like a motorcycle guy in it. I don't know. I thought they could at least hype this game and at least The Last of Us and just, keep bolstering that. But then they canceled PlayStation Experience 2018. And then they canceled E3. Part of me thought that this had something to do with BlizzCon whenever they announced Diablo Immortal being a mobile game. And maybe they thought they could put some mobile games or some like side games during E3, and then after BlizzCon they were like, nah, we're good. We'd rather have a stronger presence. But I don't know, that's speculation. That's neither here nor there. Whenever I heard the announcement that PlayStation wasn't doing E3 anymore, I was actually blown away and initially sad. A lot of people were blown away, obviously, but the sad feeling was something I wasn't expecting, and it was because that me and my brothers, we would watch E3 as our Super Bowl. We would get excited, we get chips, drinks, sit down and watch it, and every year since then, it's been great. I love it. I went online, asked people what they thought, and some people were like, I don't like the marketing of E3. I don't like that it overhypes people and that it lies to people about expectations of video games. I'm like, well, that's, it's an advertisement. That's all E3 is. But I was like, what advertisement doesn't lie to you or set up false expectations? I don't know. For me, it really felt more of a community thing. That you're coming together, everyone around you loves video games, they know video games, and they watch these conferences, they speculate, they get excited, they hope for the best for the community, for their games, for everything, and so far it's been a great year for gaming, specifically for Nintendo and PlayStation have had great years this year with really good games coming out. So Nintendo started doing Nintendo Direct, so it wasn't physically there for E3, but at least show a video during E3, so it's kind of there, and they would have booths at E3, the actual conference itself, but Nintendo would do their Nintendo Direct, then do their little treehouse after where they demo all of their games, or at least the ones that they showed off. And yeah, so that was kind of the first step away from E3. And now that PlayStation's away from it, it's just like, oh, okay. So I guess this conference could turn into eventually like a third-party developer conference where it's just EA, Ubisoft, Bethesda, and Devolver Digital, the new indie developer that does a conference every year. And that would be interesting. So I'm going to switch over to Xbox. For starters, I love the fight between who won every year. Who won E3? Who's going to have the better year? I especially love E3 whenever it is console-based, whenever they're releasing new consoles. You get to see the specs of Xbox and PlayStation, which normally come out at the same time. Not Nintendo. Nintendo always does it within its own timeline. Nintendo does its own thing. But it was funny to look at both consoles, see what they have to offer, and go, which one's greater than the other? The fact that that's going to be there is a little disappointing, but we do know that Xbox will be there this year. Nintendo's probably going to do a Direct, so, they're going to be showing off probably Metroid and the new Pokemon game this coming E3, which I hope they do, and it would be stupid if they didn't, because it's going to be a year of really huge releases and talking, and some people have even speculated that Nintendo is going to release a upgraded Nintendo Switch. So this has nothing to do with Xbox. I'm supposed to be talking about Xbox, but so Xbox this year, E3, they're going to be on stage at E3 as the only console manufacturer and console first party everything at E3 physically on stage. And it's theirs to win. They're going to have to blow it out of the park. And with this move from PlayStation, I feel like Xbox may have to change their strategy even just a little bit. They might maybe had a strategy going in E3, but I'm sure when they found out this news, they were like, okay, what is PlayStation doing? Because now you don't know what PlayStation's doing. Well, they said that they're not even doing a video or anything or any experience during E3. So people are speculating either PlayStation is doing something before E3 or something after E3. So Xbox doesn't know that. They can speculate as well. But I have a theory that they're doing it after E3 because that gives them more time to build up momentum and to see what Xbox does. So if Xbox comes to E3, says, here's our console, here's our next-gen console, here are all the games that are on it, and knock it out of the park, that's great. The only thing that sucks for PlayStation is you having all of that energy on Xbox. Usually E3, your attention is divided between Nintendo and Xbox and PlayStation, and you're thinking about all three things. And now that PlayStation separated themselves from Xbox is both a good and a bad thing when it comes to the console wars specifically, where Xbox will have way more of a presence at E3 and way more of a mind share. What's Xbox going to do? You know, there's no PlayStation. How are they going to do this? And then waiting for PlayStation's announcement after E3, or even if they made one before, which I think would be a mistake. You like building up hype for E3, and then to put these games out before, it doesn't seem to make sense for me that they would cancel E3 just to talk about games beforehand. To me, it feels like they need more time. They want to announce their console, and they want to announce those games that are coming out for it. And if they were smart, the games that are coming out this year, they will say all of these games are going to be on the PS5. Spider-Man, God of War, Days Gone, Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima. All of these are going to be on the PS5 day one. These are all our new games that are in development, and that makes more sense to me. Anyway, so if Xbox does E3, all attention's on Xbox, other developers, but it's mainly on Xbox. Nintendo, yeah, they're going to do a direct. So you have those two to think about. And then later on in the year, maybe September, October, they might even, I mean, it wouldn't make sense for them. I don't know. I was thinking maybe they would do it before Black Friday, but that would be if they're releasing the console in 2019. That's something other people are speculating as well, that maybe the system's coming out earlier than we expected, and they really want to drive it home. But a lot of people are saying that not only PlayStation, but Xbox consoles both are coming out in 2020. They have set out dev kits for people to work on their games, to either upport old games or to work on new games. Also, it's said that, you know, the new PlayStation console will be a monster console, that it is one of the most high-tech, craziest consoles that they have. So I'm excited about the new consoles. I wish I had one more year. I always wish I had one more year. And here's the thing, I don't buy PlayStation's year one. I don't think I've ever done it. Maybe PS2, but I bought the Grand Theft Auto A spec PlayStation 3 whenever I got, or PlayStation 2 whenever I got that. I got the second edition of the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Pro. So I might wait till the PS5, if it's called that, goes Pro, and then I'll get it. But we'll see. I mean, I'm sure a lot of games will be coming out for PS4 and PS5, at least for the first year. So I'll be okay doing that. I like my PS4 Pro. I like playing it. I have a 4K TV. So I'm good. I bought 4K TV in anticipation for the next generation because I knew that they would be 4K compatible big time. I know, I feel like I'm rambling because I'm just excited about what PlayStation's doing, because I was very sad and then I was confused and then I was just like, this makes sense. Makes sense that they're doing that. They're moving away from E3. They're controlling their message. They're controlling what they show us, and it's theirs. You know, even PlayStation Experience is a fan-made event, but they were like, you know what? We don't have anything to show, so we're not going to do it. You know what? E3, maybe that's too early for us. Maybe we should wait, and instead of being like, here's a couple of games, let's wait and just do a full PS5 reveal. Show off the PS5, show off all the games, instead of dividing everyone's attention. Nick even said maybe they're going to be at the Tokyo Game Show, but I doubt that, like, completely. I think they're going way until the end of 2019. I was thinking between September or November is when they're going to announce the PS5, especially right before Christmas, where it's like in our brains, we're thinking about it. They might even do it a year before it's set to release. But I think it is also smart, and I was going on this earlier but got off topic, that they watch what Xbox does first. That they go, you know, we're not doing E3, but Xbox is, and Nintendo is, and Nintendo might be doing an upgraded Switch, and Xbox is doing their next console. So let's just sit here and see how they handle this. See how they show off their consoles, and then it's a learning experience for PlayStation. They just sit there, watch them, and learn, and then time for them to show off their consoles. It's good for them. It's actually a smart move. It's a smart marketing move because PlayStation's in the news. Everyone's thinking about it. E3 has just always been the standard, and to break away from that is very interesting. I kind of actually hope that Xbox does the same thing, that you don't really know each year what they're going to announce or when they're going to announce it, but that they're going to be meeting. And who else knows, maybe PlayStation will end up at E3 again next year. But it doesn't seem likely. It seems like they want to do their own thing, that they see what Nintendo's doing with the Nintendo Directs, and they really like the PlayStation experience because you have PlayStation fans there. So when you announce something, that hype is real, and you're definitely controlling the message, and the people that are fans there, So when they announce anything, that the excitement is even louder and better. So yeah, I'm excited to see what PlayStation has to do. It's kind of weird. I know they're gonna announce what they're doing before they do it, and yeah, media is going to be there. I'm definitely be watching PlayStation. I'm definitely watching E3 more than ever because I want to see this for Xbox. So PlayStation, yes, they did something big for themselves, but they, in doing so, you kind of hyped E3 for Xbox just to see what they do. Xbox needs to recover after this console generation. There are the losing ones, like just numbers wise, and I don't know, there's no games. I thought about buying the Xbox One for a while, but like none of the games really jump out at me as something like, okay, yeah, I want that. And I know that the Xbox One S or whatever, not SX or whatever, the upgraded Xbox console is the better one. It looks better, it runs better than the PlayStation Pro. But yeah, I'm okay. I don't know. I think this next generation will test people's loyalty to their brands, I guess, to their fanboyisms. It'll show like, oh, which one's more powerful, which one's blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see if Xbox or PlayStation do tablet gaming like the Switch is doing. No one wants that. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see. I'm very excited. I'm just racking my brain about when PlayStation's going to do their thing, what Xbox is going to do. I'm just excited. I'm ready. I'm ready for this to happen. So sadness turned into confusion, turned into excitement, because this is exciting and can't wait. Can't wait to see what happens. Thank you for watching Game Rating Review. My name is John Mark. Please just like, subscribe, and like you see. And that's my thoughts on PlayStation not being at E3 and Xbox's response.